I think there's like a little bit of mixed feelings because there's a lot of positives to take out of the game, but unfortunately, I think a little bit of sloppy collective defending today cost us the game, and that's something that I think we've prided ourselves starting from the end of last year and going into preseason. We've been a really good defensive team. So yeah, today we're a little bit let down by that, but no, I think the feeling within the team and the performance and the fight to get back in the game twice, I think are positives and something to take forward.
Can you take me through the opening goal? I mean, you made a really great play to find Georgia with that defense play last. I mean, how did it unfold in real time for you?
Yeah, I think it was a play. We lose the ball. We kind of counter press and I forget who it was, but somebody kind of wins the ball back and it ends up coming to me. And so while the ball is rolling to me, I take a look up and Georgie, is making a great run. And I see an opening. So really it's about trying to get the ball to him as quickly as possible so the defender can't intercept it. And so yeah, I make the pass and Georgie honestly makes a brilliant first touch and a goal. So yeah, it was a great play by Georgie.
You mentioned fighting back twice to draw a level. I wonder if that's one of the positives that you can draw from this and sort of use as a template going forward.
No, yeah, definitely. I think our response to those goals going down and um, the feeling and the calmness within the group, I thought was really good. Something that we've been missing for a long time at this club. But I felt it here that we kept believing that we could get ourselves back in the game, and honestly, we fought all the way to the end. Um, and yeah, I thought we were close. We were close to getting ourselves at least a point out of it. And yeah, if I think a couple things go our way, I think we come out with a draw, which I think felt like at the end of everything, we probably deserved that.
It was a pretty wild final 7 minutes of injury time, and it looked like Walker was kind of hauled down. I mean, did you get a good view of what happened, and do you think it should have been a penalty?
I do, yes. I do. That's my opinion, of course, people have their opinions, but I do wonder how, I know VAR is looking at it and they have their opinion, but I I find it hard to believe on that play that they don't send the ref at least to the monitor. So that's all I have to say about that.
Go ahead, James.
Thanks, Ali. Hey, John. It was Derek who won that ball back to you on that first goal. He was involved in both goals tonight, put in a good shift for the side. Maybe just what did you see from him today and in preseason in general in that forward role?
Yeah, Derek's been amazing for us. Starting in preseason, he's had a great preseason. Derek is a team player, very unselfish player. Does a lot of dirty work for us wherever he plays, and yeah, the striker position, he helps us out a lot. Defensively, we had maybe ask a little bit too much of him, but honestly, he was great today on the first play, like you said. Made a great play to win the ball back, and then on the second goal, great play by Daniel and great shot and great awareness by him to follow it up and a great finish. So yeah, Derek is off to a great start, honestly, and it started from preseason.
We'll go next to Benedict.
Thank you. Jonathan, you and Georgie and Derek are all sort of players on the bubble, I guess, of playing the World Cup this summer. Just how much motivation do you come into this season with knowing that that's a possibility and, of course, at home as well in Canada?
Yeah, of course. We're all fighting to be a part of that journey, but also we're just focused here on trying to do our best and perform well for this club and um work towards getting this club back into the playoffs. So yeah, we're just taking it. I think all of us the key is to take it game by game and focus on those performances and letting those performances let everything else fall into place.
Go ahead, James.
Thank you. John, you mentioned Daniel getting that shot off that led to the second goal. A couple of other debutants today, and Raheem and Emilio. Maybe just what you've seen from the newcomers as they take their first steps with the club.
No, I thought everybody was great. All the newcomers were great, honestly. The guys that came off the bench provided a spark, honestly, and helped us really put on the pressure at the end there and looking for the equalizer to get a point. So yeah, all those guys put in a great shift coming in from the bench.
The team's performance overall, setting aside the result, how would you evaluate your team's performance tonight?
I thought we started off tentatively, and for the things that we've talked about defensively, I felt like we weren't as solid defensively as we needed to be early on. We're a bit too porous, I thought. But as the game wore on, we got better, and obviously at the end, they're defending a lead, so we're going to have a lot of possession. But for me, the disappointing part is giving up 3 goals. We've defended extremely well. I don't think there were 3 great goals, but it's a result of taking pressure. But having said that, we had some really good moments with the ball. I thought that this team can play. This team can absolutely play. The combinations, the relationships going forward, the chances we were able to create, I thought all were really quite good. The disappointing part is that I just didn't think we defended well early on, and it set the tone, and it led to us being under pressure, and chasing the game. And this is a group that when we defend really well, we're really, really hard to beat. And it's what I said to them. We don't want to have to score 4 goals to win a game. So we just need to. I think the biggest takeaway from this is that we didn't defend as cleanly as we have throughout preseason in the beginning part of the game. But as we grew into the game, I thought with the ball, we did some really good things. We were able to create some decent chances. But from the very beginning, our defending has to be a little bit better.
Not often that Derek gets to start, and he had a goal and an assist tonight. I'd be curious to know how you evaluated his performance tonight.
Derek he's been good. He's had a really good preseason. It certainly didn't surprise me that he played well. I thought that he's carrying a ton of momentum right now, coming off a pretty solid preseason. And I thought it was difficult early for him, just in that we didn't build as quite as well in the very beginning as we obviously did toward the end, and we have been doing. So it's difficult. It's difficult for 1-9 to be up against 3 center backs, obviously. But I thought overall it was a decent performance, and he worked hard and he gave us some good things.
How difficult was it to put together a starting 11 when you're missing 6 guys through injury? You have 3 guys who have just come into the team this week, and I don't know how much they've even had to train with the teams.
Yeah.
How much of an issue was that?
It's obviously a challenge, but it's in the end a good challenge because we do want to incorporate these players that we've brought in. These guys all have good qualities. But it was definitely the sort of thing where the guys who went through most of preseason did quite well, and we certainly wanted to go with that group, knowing that we have some interesting and different pieces to bring on. And I thought we saw glimpses from really all of them, from Raheem, from Daniel, from Emilio. We saw glimpses of what they can offer us. So I was pleased to see kind of their impact when they came in. All of them, I thought, really offered a touch of maturity and some calm under tough situations. And in the end, we're probably unfortunate not to get a goal.
The officiating, what did you make of it tonight? I take it you were rather disappointed with some of the decisions.
Well, John, you're trying to get me fined. So I'm going to put this as succinctly as I can. I thought a couple of the goals were worth questioning. For me, if somebody challenges somebody shoulder to shoulder, it's clean as can be. But the distinction for me is if somebody hits somebody in the back, which is what preceded the first goal. And then we have referee meetings where we hear that they're going to crack down on holding in the box, and certainly the last corner kick, it probably went on all night, but the second to last corner kick, I think Walker gets pulled down twice. We hear if guys are looking at the ball defensively, that's going to be an issue. Just watch the plays for yourself. So disappointing, but at the end of the day, we still have to look at ourselves and what we did to put ourselves in this situation. But yeah, it's positives to take out of the game for sure, but disappointed with the result.
I'll let others say.
Go ahead, James. Oh, sorry. Who's that? Benedict, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Robin, you mentioned before the game that Musa was going to be a bit of a problem for you guys, and that's sort of how it played out in the end. Just maybe wondering what you thought of how your side matched up against him in this game.
I'm not even sure if it was the matchup with Musa that was a problem. It was more the waves of pressure. When you're absorbing waves of pressure, it's not like, players can deal with one player at a time. They have to make decisions. They have to get to different things. If it's Walker matched up against Musa all night, I'm happy to take my chances with Walker in that situation. But if we're a little disjointed in our defending and Walker has to go do something else and Kosi has to go do something else, then that's how players find openings, which certainly he was able to tonight. But did he score the first goal? Who scored the first goal? Yeah, I mean, you look at that and you look at the play that precedes it. Credit to him, he took his chance as well. But certainly when I look at that goal, all I can picture is the player plowing into Alo's back before in the play that led to it. And so there's disappointment there.
Go ahead, James.
Thanks, LA. Hey, Robin.
Hey, James.
What did you see from Luka tonight? The first two goals were pretty big deflections, and the third one, it's a tough header to get anything on.
Yeah, I thought Luka was solid. I mean, it was the chances or the goals that we gave up, circumstances that led to them, where the players received the balls. I just don't think there was a whole lot that Luka could have done. I thought the final header was a fantastic header in the corner. Not much he could have done about it. We'd probably question more the marking or getting to the cross, but I don't think Luka's really to be questioned for that one.
Go ahead, Benedict.
Thank you. We saw Alonso come off sort of midway through the second half. Just wondering if there's any update that's just precautionary, and also maybe what you thought of Richie playing about 35 minutes in midfield.
Alo had to come off because of the numerous times he was fouled in the first half. He got a dead leg. It actually may have occurred on the collision that led to the goal. I'm not really sure which one did it, but again, that would be collision based on being plowed into the back. So he's got a bit of a dead leg, and hopefully we can get through that pretty quickly and have him available for next week. And with regard to Richie's been really good for us wherever we've stuck him. And last year I played him at center back, I played him at left back, right back, played him as a six. And wherever we put Richie, he gives us a really, really good effort. And he's sort of an X factor. Wherever he goes, he can really influence the game, whether he's in the back, whether he's in the middle, whether he's a center back, whether he's a right back. Richie has a way of influencing games pretty consistently. So I thought when he went into the middle of the midfield, he was very good defensively and certainly gave us a spark going forward.
Robin, I was seeing boxes, I was seeing diamonds, I was seeing the odd triangle. There was a lot of fluidity in those front six. What did you like, and where do you want to see that be a little bit more dangerous? I thought it created some chances today.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we've seen throughout the preseason is that our players' understanding of each other and their strengths and how they fit into the system and the spots that we're trying to occupy, I think has been really good, which has allowed us to be pretty fluid in our attack. Think about even the first goal that we scored and players showing up in different places. And I just think the relationships are really good. You said, how could we make those more dangerous? I thought we created quite a number of chances. You figure late in the game, they're playing five in the back and they're really putting numbers in the box. It's very difficult to break that down. But I would say overall, the combinations and the relationships going forward, I thought were really interesting and really something we look forward to seeing more and more of.
Final one for James.
Yeah, one last one from me, if that's all right. Down twice, pulled back level twice. I thought we sensed a real intent to find that third one from this group. What does that tell you about the spirit in this group?
Well, it tells me that this is a group. Last year we talked about the character of the team a lot and how they never quit, they never die. And I feel like this group, although a good portion of them are new, we've brought in some really good experienced pros and guys who are good people and good team guys. And I thought what we saw toward the end is very indicative of how this team is. This is not a team that's going to quit. This is a team that will continue to push and try to create chances. And I think we have a lot of attacking talent and a lot of guys who are comfortable on the ball. And I think in a situation like this, obviously you're on the road, you're down goals, and we just never saw them quit. And obviously to draw level twice is great. Disappointing to give up the third one, but what we saw in terms of their endeavor to try to get the third goal, I think again is indicative of what this team is going to be like. I'm really proud of the group for the fact that in spite of not starting well, they never quit and they kept pushing and they kept looking for opportunities. And I think it's a team that's going to create quite a few problems offensively for other teams.
Robin, just Henry Wingo hadn't played previously since last May. I know it was only about 15 or 20 minutes that performance, but can you evaluate how he did and how significant is it just to get him back?
Yeah, I thought Henry did really well. And you bring up a very good point that he hasn't played in almost a year. And it's a hard thing to get into a game. You're down, you're chasing the game. The other team's obviously looking to counterattack. And I thought he looked really calm and composed. And I was actually thinking about that. I know it's difficult when you haven't played for a long time and all of a sudden you're in the heat of the game. But I thought he handled himself really, really well. And it was great to see him play. I haven't seen Henry play. I haven't seen Henry play very much since I've been here because of his injuries last year, but he's worked extremely hard. The medical staff has worked extremely hard to get him into this position. And it was great to see him play. And, Henry has a lot of experience. He's a really good athlete. He has a lot of quality. And for him now, it's just continuing to work on strengthening, fitness, and finding minutes. And I thought he did a really good job with the time he had tonight.